Well, hello there. Hey, just be real. Hey, Swain Fuller, Dr. VTV. How are you doing? I hope you enjoyed yourself last weekend. Hello is really rare. How are you? Hey, just be real. It's a rare diamond. How are you? Hey, Miss Karen, how are you? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Is that Eskimo Pie? How are you doing? Hey, everybody. Is that African Queen? How are you? Hello, beautiful people. Hey, Miss Shirley and Janice. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Chocolate Queen. Okay, I see you. All right. How's everyone doing? Hello. Hold on. Let me turn on my other programs. How is everyone doing? Let's see here. Okay, I won't be able to start that one. So we won't be starting that one. Hey there, everybody. How are you? Hello. I'm too fly for this. Okay, I see you. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Jesus girl Betty. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you. Hi, Bado. How are you? Well, unlike Davis, I'm glad you're here tonight. Hello. Thank you so much from the DMV. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Chocolate Queen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. As Tashira, how are you? How pretty. Hey, Stevie Bananas, how you been? I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? I think they were asking about you about the last week or the week before that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you back. I sure am glad you back. How is everybody doing? Naorin. Naorin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. All right, just be real. Your real name showed up on there. Your government name. Hey, Danielle, how are you doing? I finally got a chance to meet Miss Danielle last week. She's such a sweetheart. She's short too. She is such a sweetheart. She got to hang out with me and Miss Telsha and Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, Apostle Sadler. We had a absolutely awesome time. It was wonderful. And she smiled and laughed and enjoyed herself. Stomach full of food, sleepy. Noreen, okay. Oh, I was making it. I was making it sexy. No Aaron, no Naorin. That was a sexy name. I made it sexy. Thank you so much. Hey, Violet, you're Violet. Hey, there go Miss Telsha. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret about Telsha, but don't tell I told you. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. So, like when I met Telsha, Telsha was across the parking lot, right? So I was waiting for her so I could open the door for her. So I told her to come on. So she walking, and like the closer she got, the lower she got. So by the time me and her were face to face, Telsha like right here. Y'all, Telsha like this short. And so she looking up at me. I'm looking down at her. I'm like, Telsha, you short. She said, you tall. So y'all, Telsha a little firecracker. Telsha like this big. And Danielle like this big. So they're like tiny people. So y'all don't tell Telsha I told y'all she like this big. But she a firecracker. We had a good time. So if you guys missed it last week, you guys go on Into His Chambers Global Ministries. And all 3 nights are there. Hey, Miss Mary, all 3 nights are there. And Telsha would laugh. Telsha is easy to make to laugh. It's easy to make her laugh. She is a sweetheart. Her and Danielle are the nicest people I have ever met. They are really, sometimes you meet people, you're like, man, I can't wait till they leave. But Telsha and Miss Danielle were like the nicest people. It was just, we just felt like family. We got around each other and we just felt like family. Like we had known each other forever. Like we just family. So if you guys ever have an opportunity to go see her speak or minister or anything like that, y'all get an opportunity to meet Telsha and then Danielle. If she ever comes to any, you guys get to meet them. They're just the nicest people. Sometimes you just, you don't meet people that you just click with all of a sudden. We just all clicked, and it was really nice. So if you guys missed it, go back and watch. It's Into His Chambers Global Ministries. Go on there and look. And it was last weekend, so it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can see all 3 of the services. You enjoyed it, Sharima? It was nice. It was really nice. It was very powerful. It was really nice. And they are really this family, just really, I mean, you just, sometimes you meet people and you just click with them and just, I mean, they were just clickable, you know, and Telsha is hilarious. She gonna laugh. I can keep her laughing. It's too easy to make it. And I'm a jokester too. So you caught it. You did, Danielle? Well, I'm so glad that you guys are here. You guys ready? Hey there, Miss Mimi. Hey, sis. Hey, Miss Telsha and Danielle. Mimi, Lady Mimi is over here on the other side over on Instagram. And so if you guys don't know Pastor Monroe and his wife, Lady Mimi Monroe, they are family. Oh my gosh, we met them and all of us like to eat. We like to eat and laugh. We like to eat and laugh, and they're just family. So if you guys ever have an opportunity to hear him speak, go and watch all 3 of those days. He's powerful. I'm gonna see if his wife will give me permission to interview him so that you guys can hear him speak about some stuff that him and I talked about when it came to Narcissist. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. I miss you already. I miss her already. That's my girl, Mimi, my girl. Yes, Mimi, my girl. That's my sister from a different mister. Well, you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Let me get my glasses on so I can see. Y'all ready? Oh, I'm getting ready to open up my room in Clubhouse. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I thought I had opened it up already. Let me open it up. Here I go. So those of you that would like to, hold on a minute. Let me open it up. Let me start the room, okay? Well, hey there, Monique. I ain't never been called Dr. Carmi, but okay. Hey, Miss P. The power of she. Go ahead. So if you guys, we are sisters for life. Yes, yes. Text me. Text me. I was missed last. Thank you so much. We were just, hey, Miss Sharima. I didn't come on last week because we really weren't getting out of there until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, okay. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I really could not come on last week, but I'm on Clubhouse now. So if you guys, any of you guys would like to join me over on Clubhouse, you guys are welcome to come and join me on Clubhouse. You guys stay tuned too, because I am doing some coordinations for Dallas, Texas. How many people are in the Dallas, Texas area that can come down to Dallas, Texas? How many people can come to Dallas, Texas? Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth area. How many people were able to come to Dallas, Texas? Anybody can come to Dallas, Texas? I think it's kind of moving slow, so I apologize, moving kind of slow. But those of you that would like to join me on Clubhouse can join me on Clubhouse. You love Texas, Dallas? So I think my, like when I asked the question, I think it's kind of delayed. My Clubhouse is good? Okay, thank you. So I'm on Clubhouse. You guys want to join me on Clubhouse? You can come over on Clubhouse as well. So I haven't picked a date yet, Mary. I haven't picked a date yet to go to Dallas. But as soon as I come up with a date, I'm going to set up a registration so you guys can register. Ooh, excuse me. I'm tired and I just ate. So you guys ready? Don't mess with Texas because everything's big in Texas. I was stationed in Texas. How many people can come to Dallas? If I come to Dallas, Fort Worth area, how many people can come to Dallas, Fort Worth? I think there's a slight delay when I'm talking. Yeah. 2 hours by plane. Is it? Where you at? Just be real. You can come? Okay. So Dallas, so a lot of y'all can come. We'll make it a VIP. Yeah. Okay. So, well, let's get started. So hopefully y'all can come on over to Dallas. So when I set everything up, we'll see. Oh, you're in Missouri? Oh, you're not that far away. Yeah, you guys come on over there. So when I get it set up and everything, hopefully some of you guys can come to Dallas. I'm gonna set up online registration so that you guys can come out to Dallas, and I'll do a speaking engagement in Dallas. Just give me some time to coordinate it, because you know this is the first time. This is the first time that I would actually be flying. So since the pandemic. Well, I hope you come on over there from Louisiana. That's not far to go. From Dallas, from Louisiana to Dallas, that's not far. Well, all right, you guys ready? So tonight I wanted to talk about desensitized to pain and self-sabotage. So what do I mean by that? So I don't have a lot of people on Clubhouse. So hopefully you guys come on in here to Clubhouse. So if you know anybody who wants to come to Clubhouse, come to Clubhouse. Because after I'm finished talking to you guys and I move over to Clubhouse. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about tonight. So a lot of you have come from family homes where there has been, I got my little notes right here. Let me put my notes up. You know, a lot of you, you know, the foundation of life, how you guys have learned to be with people, or your perception about relationships and connections and authority figures and people in positions of power or authority comes from your home life. You know, in your younger years, you know, and in your developmental years, a lot of you who have been connected to narcissists later on in age grew up in homes with narcissistic parents. You're just now discovering, thank you, Ms. Telshin, you're just now discovering that either one parent or both parents were narcissists, or a lot of you guys have been in toxic families where you really don't know whether the person was a narcissist or not until you start watching the videos, or maybe not. Some of you come from alcoholic homes, drug addicted homes, homes in which you figured out what position, what role you played. Some of you guys were the golden child, the scapegoat, the lost child. You know, a lot of you guys are now discovering what role you play. You know, a lot of people don't discover what role they play until they get older and they look at their family lives and realize, oh my gosh, this is the role that I played, because someone has finally given you a definition of what role you played in that family. You could have been a lost child, you know, the jester, whatever. You know, a lot of you also have been exposed to particular parenting styles. And that's one of the classes that I'm developing too, is the different parenting styles that your parents had that caused you to attach to people that you way, or have attachment issues the way that you guys attach to people. Some of those attachments are very unhealthy attachments because you're looking for what it is that you were missing in that relationship. So a lot of times you're looking in your partner, you are looking for whatever it was that you did not get. You're looking for whatever it was that was not provided to you in your home. Love, safety, you know, security, whatever it was. And most people are looking for love. And so a lot of you have been neglected. You were in the home and you had to basically raise your own self. Or a lot of you grew up in a home where, you know, the parents need parenting. So you ended up, as young as you were parentified. And so you ended up having to raise, you know, or you play the role of parent with your parents. And not only, you know, do you play a role of parents to your parents, the parents parentified you where you became the parent, and they put you in a position where they had inappropriate conversations with you. They started talking to you about their relationship with the other parent. They started talking to you about situations that were going on personally, their sex life and stuff. A young child's mind is not capable of handling that. You're trying to fix a problem, or you're trying to come up with a solution, and the child hasn't even lived life enough for them to give advice to that parent, but they feel obligated to make sure, so they're on equal playing fields. So one, you have no sense of authority. When I say that, a lot of you had a problem with the authoritative figures in your lives because those that were in positions of authority abused authority. Number two, they put you on an equal playing field, so there was no sense of hierarchy. So you don't understand when it comes to authority, proper authority or healthy authority, or you know, position like older people and the elders, because you were always held at the same standard. So you don't see your elders or people in positions of power as being, you know, you just don't respect positions of power. And I'm gonna give you an example. I was reading, sometimes I do read the comments, you know, and a lot of times when you have not healed from that and you come out, you don't recognize healthy authority. You don't recognize confidence. You look at, you know, you almost self-sabotage because you're so hypersensitive from the abuse that you have received, that when you meet people that are in positions of authority, or they have boundaries, or, you know, they're confident, you confuse that with the abuse. You put that together with abuse, and your remembrance or what you are accustomed to is people in position. You equate that to people in positions of power are abusive. People in positions of power cannot be trusted. And so I have actually seen people on here that they sounded so very educated, where they made sure that they let everyone know that this woman here, referring to me, is a prime example of narcissist at his best. And I felt bad for them. I didn't feel bad for me, but I felt bad for them because I realized that you are the type, whoever made that comment is the type of person that's going to keep on getting into narcissistic relationship because they cannot identify the difference between narcissism, something toxic, and something that's healthy. And so they tend to self-sabotage because they're hypersensitive. And what ends up happening is they play into emotions. Well, manipulators, which are parents as well, or caregivers, they use manipulation to get what they want. And so with a child, it's so easy to manipulate a child because it's easy to apply. I know it sounds like projection, right? But but a lot of times it's not. Sometimes it is projection, but sometimes it just lets me know that they have not learned anything yet. They haven't learned anything because they're misidentifying narcissism and narcissistic behavior. I'm a woman in authority. I'm a woman that had authority in military situations. I'm a woman that trained leaders. I'm a woman that has soldiers. I'm a person that has boundaries. If you don't like it, you're gonna get your little feelings hurt. If I don't feel like talking or whatever, Telsha and Danielle met me, and I'm a very nice individual, but I'm a person that is in authority. And so a lot of people that have been abused by authority are triggered by people in authority. And so they misidentify healthy versus non-healthy relationships. And oftentimes they keep getting back into these cycles of unhealthy relationships, specifically narcissists. And remember, let me go through my little thing here. A lot of times also, let's see, you have parents or caregivers that have been manipulators. They manipulate the emotions of a child. And so when you have a child that's real young and that child is being manipulated, all that child wants to do is please the parent because I want my parent to love me. I want what my parent is offering me. I want to be loved. I want attention. I want you to buy me things. I want you to spend time with me. If I do this for you, or if I make sure to keep you happy, then I know in return it's that quid pro quo. This for that. That's what quid pro quo. This for that. So a child is under the assumption that if I do everything, like if I stay mad at mom, or if I stay mad at dad, or if I go along with what you say, then you'll love me and you will be close. And then when the child doesn't do exactly what the manipulator wants, the child is punished. And all the child wants is to be loved by the parent. So only thing that they know, this is the game that they know. So when the child gets a little older, they believe that in order to have a friend or in order to make people like me, I have to either buy them stuff, I have to give them sex, I have to give them attention, I have to do what they're telling me to do with no boundaries. I don't want people to dislike. They become people pleasers. So these are all some of the these are some of the characteristics that you'll see coming out of these toxic relationships. Some of you coming out of these relationships, and then you get stuck. And remember, manipulators, and especially narcissists, they operate and manipulate your emotions. And most people, and my mentor, my pastor, Apostle Sadler, just said it today. And what she said today is people are jumping into a relationship based off of emotions. Now, some of you are thinking, well, what am I supposed to? I feel like I'm in love. What does love feel like? Because when your emotions are all gone, do you still love the person? Do you still have something in common with this person? Do you still have a purpose? Are you still working on goals together? Can you still say that they're your best friend? They're friends. Let me tell you something. I remember when Pastor Marcus Monroe and his wife, Lady Mimi, I was sitting and I was watching them interact with each other. And though we know that they are a married couple, and Telsha can tell you, and so can Danielle, even though we know that they are married, when he turned around and said, "This is my best friend," there's a difference when somebody says, "This is my best friend," and you can look on the woman's face like, "I can't stand you, but I'm gonna make sure I respect you in public." But one of the things that I said, and then I told her later on, I was like, you know what? He didn't even have to say that they were best friends. You can tell that they're like, if you didn't know they were married, like they're best friends, like they're really friends and they really like each other. And so, I mean, and you can tell that they're friends, like friends for real. They're friends. Like they laugh and joke together. They eat off each other's plate. They joke with each other. You know what I mean? So see, Danielle say, yep, you know, but you can tell that they were actually friends. And so, but the thing about it is that most people jump into a relationship based off of emotions. Well, how do you think that, exactly, if you aren't in control of your emotions, somebody else is? Normally, an abuser is in control of your emotions because you have allowed them to emotionally control you. And most people get into a relationship based off of emotions. You're getting into a relationship based off of emotion because you feel like they love you. They make me feel this way. They make me feel like a woman. They make me feel like a man. They're so pretty. They're so handsome. And oh my gosh, I feel. So you guys are getting into a relationship. Most of us have that have been in a relationship with a narcissist. We got into the relationship for the wrong reasons. Now, another thing is that, you know, in the court system of the United States, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Well, when you're dealing with relationships, you got to remember it's almost like you're guilty until you're proven innocent, especially for relationships. Most of you guys go in and you give them 100%. See, Mimi said he's my best friend and hubby. See, but most people, you know, when you get into a relationship, you base the relationship off of how you feel. What you have to do is you got to put up your shields and you have to protect your own self, because nowadays narcissism is on the rise. You don't even know, a lot of times you're dealing with narcissism, you don't even realize that you're dealing with a narcissist because you are so into your emotions and how this person makes you feel. So you're addicted to an individual based off of emotion, and they take you through emotional hell. That's what they're taking you through. And then you guys, you know, everybody, what happens is that depending on the type of abuse that you have been through as a child growing up, you have almost become desensitized, almost to the point where you really don't understand the level of pain that you are dealing with. So even though you don't want to be in a painful relationship, that is your comfort zone. That's all you know. And so you get into a healthy relationship, it is weird. It is almost awkward to you. And in your mind, you're hypersensitive to a point where, why are you so nice to me? But think about what I'm saying. Why are you so nice to me? What do you want? There's no possible way that any this nice, that anybody could be true and genuine. I don't believe that. You know why? It's because you have been groomed and manipulated by a manipulator, for example, the narcissist, and you already know that anytime they did something nice for you, or anytime there was something good, the reason why is because there was something either coming right after that or something that they wanted. So you knew, even though you may not have known that they were a narcissist, even with your parents, you know, they're going to give you something to get something. The only reason why I'm going to be nice is because I want you to do something. And then I'll give you something, but you already know that when they give you something, you owe them something. So when you meet healthy people that, just for example, I remember in school, one of my friends, a good friend of mine now, at the time, she just liked me. And I couldn't understand, why do you like me? But it wasn't her problem. That was my problem. Like, why do you like me? Why do you want to be around me? She just wanted to sit with me. Sometimes she just wanted to sit with me. She didn't really want to have a conversation. She just wanted to be around me. And I thought it was so awkward and so uncomfortable, because my thing was, what do you want? Because that's what I was accustomed to. Why do you like me? There ain't no way that you can like me like that, because I didn't like myself. And so you have been groomed and taught not to like yourself because of somebody else. And so when you meet people that are genuine, people that are people of authority, you watch and you see what their character is like. The people that I'm around, and the people that Danielle and Mimi and Telsha have met, the people that we're around are very genuine, true people. You know, they're people that are not perfect. They're people that make mistakes. You know, there are people that are going to come and say, you know what, I apologize, I didn't mean to do that. And they're going to try to change, you know, but these are genuine people. These are not narcissists that we're around. The people that are around, that I'm around, they're not. And like I said, Miss Lady Mimi, Telsha and Danielle were around my tribe, and you can see that these are very genuine people. You know, there's not narcissists, you know, we got narcissists everywhere we go, but the people, the close circle that we were in are not narcissistic people. You know, there are people that make mistakes, there are people that get tired, you know, but a lot of times because your threshold of pain is so high, even when you get into another, what you're looking for is that comfort zone. Even though you may not want to be in another toxic or abusive relationship, what you gravitate toward, especially those that have not got any type of healing, you gravitate toward that type of relationship that you're accustomed to. A lot of you can say, I'm not gonna tell you, that's my business. I ain't gonna tell you that part. But a lot of you, when you look at the relationship that you were in, you're like, oh my God, I married my father. Oh my God, I married my mother. And the crazy thing is that some of the ladies, when you look at the men that you were with, you're like, oh my God, that's my mother. Gentlemen, some of the ladies that you were with, you're like, oh my God, that's my father. You know, and so a lot of you gravitate right back into the relationships, and what your comfort zone is where your pain was. Whoever, wherever you were hurt, wherever you were abused, is what you got back into, because it's your comfort zone. That's all you know. That is your normalcy. And so when you meet someone, or you know, if you have peace and quiet, it's almost unbearable, because you're waiting for something to happen. They never give you peace and quiet because you knew that in that peace and quiet, something was going to happen, because you're not entitled to peace and quiet, because a narcissist is always in turmoil, whether it was a parent, whether it was someone that you had a romantic, thank you so much, Danielle, whether it was a romantic relationship, you know, on the inside of a narcissist, they're constantly in turmoil. A person that is constantly in turmoil, you can't get from that person something that they don't have to give you. I can't give you love and I can't give you respect if I don't have love and respect inside of me. So what they give you is exactly what is inside of you. They create chaos because on the inside, they're chaotic. They create confusion for you because on the inside of them, they're a ball of confusion. There's never any peace and quiet with you and them, because on the inside of them, there's no peace and quiet. How can somebody give you something that is not there? You know, a person that truly can give you peace and quiet, or give you, you know, think about it. I had a conversation with my children. I was talking to my oldest daughter, and I said, what does it feel like to when I hug you, or when you're feeling bad or you're going through something, and me as a mother hugs you? And she says, I feel safe. She says, I feel like everything is going to be okay. She says, even though, you know, I still got to work out my process. She said, when you hug me, there's a sense of comfort. Like, this is mama, everything is going to be okay. I got peace and quiet. And a lot of times when she comes to my house, when she comes to visit, that's the first time she can actually sleep. She'll lay on my lap, or she'll lay, you know, I got a grown daughter like my height, you know, and, you know, she's got peace and quiet. She can sleep for the first time. Some of you guys have no idea what that feels like. Some of you guys have never experienced it with your own parents. That's why I say, you know, you get a good mentor, you get someone that can stand in as a surrogate mother or a father. You know, men need men that can stand up and be father figures to them. You know, women need women that can be mother figures, aunties, you know, someone that can show you what normal people are, because normal people are not perfect. You know, I'm going to make you mad, especially if I get tired and you agitate me when I'm tired. I'm going to make you mad, and you're probably going to make me mad. And I'm probably, you know, but people are normal people, but we have to, you know, it's hard when you never get help. So you end up being back in the same relationship, but you're so hypersensitive that you don't know what to expect from people, that you will misjudge people. Yeah, hurting people hurt people, but you will misjudge people because you have not had the opportunity to heal. And most people keep on jumping back and forth into relationship, but you haven't healed yet. So you're coming in with these expectations, and they're unrealistic expectations for the next person. And then the person that you get into a relationship for, they're paying, you know, and it may not be a narcissist, but that person is paying the price of every person that has hurt you, because you have not taken the time to heal. So it's not good to keep jumping into a relationship with people. Sometimes you need to be by yourself to discover yourself. You need to discover what colors you like. Child, you need to discover what kind of wigs you like. If you like a bald head, if you like an afro, if you like a mohawk, if you like a fro hawk, if you like long wigs, if you like short wigs, you know, what is your particular preference? What colors do you like? What kind of clothes do you like? You know, what kind of clothes do you like? Where do you like to eat? Where do you like to go? You know, what do you like to do? You know, the ladies that I hang out with, we like to eat. That's one thing. Telsha, no, Telsha and Lady Mimi and Danielle, we eats. We eats. That's why we thickums. We thickums because we like to eat. So when we go places, we go eat. You know what I mean? So you have to discover yourself. Have you ever looked in the mirror? Most of you guys can't even look in the mirror and say, I really like what I see. You know, no, because you guys are accustomed to somebody telling you about your threshold of pain is so high that you self-sabotage. Words are very powerful. The stuff that comes out, that's why, you know, you got therapy and you got self-help books, and then you got self-talk. You know, you got self-talk. No, we don't miss a meal. See, Stevie said he don't miss a meal. He thickums too. He said he thicker than a snicker too. But but you know, your threshold of pain is so high that sometimes it takes a third person looking in, and what you think is normal is actually 911 for the average person. And they're looking at you and they're telling you like that is not normal. I had a conversation with a lady. Her husband is a narcissist, and he's a low grade a low grade he's not even a cerebral narcissist. I think he may have been a somatic, but he's losing his looks, and he's losing his looks. So he is the low grade, but he is the overt narcissist. He's just everybody he's just out there. You know what I mean? And he's a law enforcement officer. And what happened is he purposely would bring his gun out and lay it on the counter, or he'd sit around and clean the gun. And I said, the message that he's trying to convey to you is if you try to leave, he'll kill you. Whether he'll do it or not, you need to take it like it is. And she blew it off like, no, I don't believe that. I said, let me tell you something. I say, he's one of those unstable people that after 20, 30 some odd years of being with him, that if you left, he's the type of person that will shoot you and everybody else in the house and shoot himself, because that's how unstable he is. But she couldn't see it because she had been desensitized. She had been in that relationship for almost 30 some odd years, to a point where she was so accustomed, you know, he had groomed her and that pain level was so high that she did not even see the danger. Like, he ain't gonna do all that. He'll never go that far. And those are the ones that'll do it. Those are the ones that'll kill her, kill the kids, kill the grandkids, then shoot himself and burn the house down. And so, but for most people, another lady, she was on here before. I won't say her name because I much rather have her say this me, but her ex narcissist, who was military serviceman, he actually was tormenting the dog. He was beating her, but tormenting the dog. So what he did was he killed the dog and hid the body. She knew he had killed the dog, but there was no trace. I think she saw some blood or not, but she couldn't find out where the dog's body was. And I said, the reason why he did that is because he wanted to see what it was like to kill. I said, you're next. I said, and then he was trying to see whether he can hide the body without being caught. I said, but you're next. But the thing about it is that she was so desensitized, she didn't believe that he would do something like that. I said, his practice is the dog. I said, the next person is you. And then later on, she thought about it. She said, he did try to kill me several times, but he didn't go all the way through with it. I said, because he needed to see what it felt like to kill. So that's what I'm saying, is that high threshold for pain, to a point where you are so desensitized that you don't realize the level of danger you could be in. And so a lot of people also believe that if they get into a relationship with a person, and I've seen this 1,000 times, they get into a relationship with a narcissist, or they get into a relationship with someone and that person doesn't scream and yell or cuss them out, or they don't like put their hands on them, you know, hit them or anything like that. They think that they really don't care about them, because their sense of love, starting from a little child up, was a person that loves me hits me and puts their hands on me. So if you don't put your hands on me, or if you don't hit me or cuss me out, then, you know, I don't have that euphoria. So I don't feel like you love me. I don't feel like you love me. That's the biggest problem. We're stuck on feelings. We're stuck on feeling. Yeah, psychopath, absolutely. But we're stuck on feelings. So let's see. So basically, when your pain threshold is so high, your alert system is off. And anytime your internal alert system is off, you're in danger. And the longer you stay in a relationship with a narcissist, or for some of you that have come out of families that narcissistic parents, you know, not just families of narcissistic parents, but, you know, relationships with narcissists, you know, The thing is, your alert system is now broke. Basically, you are desensitized, so your alert system, it goes off, but you don't pay attention to it. So you're so accustomed to ignoring the alert system that now you kind of, after a while, you don't sense the danger anymore. At one point in time, you used to sense the danger. You don't even sense the danger anymore. You don't even know that you are in danger. And somebody telling you you're in danger, you kind of throw it off like, I'm not, no, they would never do that. Those are the ones that'll do it. Those are the ones. Never put anything past a narcissist, because also you don't know whether or not you're dealing with a narcissist that also may be malignant. Now, all of them are malignant, but when we say malignant, one that possibly has antisocial personality disorder, meaning sociopath or psychopath. A sociopath, psychopath, narcissist, those are very dangerous individuals. And you have to remember that a narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, they're always, if you make them upset, any slight, any disrespect, anything that they see, even if you say no, they're all, it's black or white. It's either you're good or you're bad. If you do what I say, I'll reward you. Or if you don't do what I say, I'm going to destroy you. Yes, and a lot of survivors are self-destructive. They are self-sabotage, self-destructive. Because a lot of times what you do is I'm gonna stop this or sabotage this before you do. I'll make sure that I leave you before you leave me. I'll make sure that this happens before you do this. And so a lot of times you're self-sabotaging. I'll leave before you leave. Because of the fact that you don't have a good balance. The biggest thing that I tell people all the time, in order to get a balance, sorry about that. In order to get a balance, for you to get some type of balance, is for you to go to counseling. Now, I don't offer counseling to outside the state of Washington, and my books, they get full pretty fast. And I foresee within the next month or so, it's going to be kind of hard to book me, because I got some projects coming up that's really going to book my time, and my books are going to be really full. I do offer coaching services. And you're welcome to email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com, and I will provide you with the rates. I'm offering discounted rates while I'm working on these different projects, but there's some projects coming up, one this month and some other projects that are coming up, that's really going to take a lot of my time. And because it takes a lot of my time, my books are going to be really, really full, and my time is going to be really full. And so what I tell you guys is, while you have a chance to book me, go ahead and book me when you can. Because it's getting to a point where it's going to be very complicated to book a session with me. So if you want coaching, just email me, and right now it's discounted rates. They're not going to last forever. So while you have a chance, you can book me as a coach, drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. You can email me. Those people that have been with me, has been very effective. They're doing very well. And I will send you my rates. I do not provide counseling to those that are outside the state of Washington. I'm a licensed counselor and a certified clinical trauma professional in the state of Washington. On the outside of the state of Washington is coaching only. If you need a counselor, I'm telling you now, BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen is not me, but you will get a counselor, but you'll get a 10% discount. Some of you guys need to deal with these. Some of you guys need to deal with these childhood issues. Some of you guys need to deal with your foundation, and you need to find a trauma professional, someone that understands domestic violence, someone that understands abuse, post-traumatic stress, but you really, attachment disorders, attachment issues. You really need to, before you do coaching, you really need to connect with a counselor. Go to BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen. It does provide you with discounted rates by using that link. If you have a monetary issues, let them know. They may provide you with a grant. The grant means it's just going to give you a discount on the rate, so you don't have to pay, such a high rate. And it's really not, it's a nominal fee. It's really not that expensive as it is. But some of you guys really, really need to go to counseling to deal with that foundation, the problems that you're having in your life, period, that starts from childhood. Because if you don't deal with childhood issues, if you don't deal with problems concerning attachment disorders, attachment issues, parenting styles that cause you to respond and react the way that you do, then you're always going to have problems in relationship. And the biggest thing is just like I said, the person that made that comment, I was gonna make, because on the inside, sometimes I could be petty in my thought process, but I try to stay professional and I just delete the comment. But just by the comment that was made, when they were trying, and it's funny because they were so professional about it. They were so professional to inform the viewers that this right here is a classic case of narcissism at its finest. I was like, dang, I feel bad for you because of the fact that you cannot distinguish the difference between narcissist or narcissistic personality disorder, meaning that if you misidentified me, that means I already know, number one, you are attached to narcissistic coaches online. Number two, you're probably following narcissistic coaches online. And number three, those that have narcissism, their coaches, you have to remember there's always a reason behind what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Even those that are online and they're selling coaching and they're talking on video, there's always a reason behind why they're doing what they're doing. They want followers, they want to be worshiped, they want your money, they want your time, they want they want you to advertise for them by telling other people what great, they want something from you. There's actually coaches out there that are pulling clients in and sleeping with them. And so you got to remember that everything comes with a price. And people are falling for this. So if you are misidentifying, narcissistic personality disorder, and you are calling out people, calling them narcissists, and you are wrong as two left feet, you got your shoes on the wrong feet, I already know you're going to keep getting caught up with narcissists. And as much as you get caught up, you're going to catch the right one or the wrong one. And your heart, you're going to need me. You're going to need Telshin. You're going to need these coaches that are real. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to meet the right one, the wrong right one, that's going to tear your heart out your chest. And you're going to realize, okay, maybe she wasn't a narcissist, And it was just amazing. I just had to bring that up. I'm like, wow. And I didn't want to call the person ignorant. Ignorant meaning you lack knowledge, but the person was really ignorant. I was like, wow. And you were confident when you said it too, just confident. And it sounded real professional too. And I said, man, but think about it. When you have been abused like that, when you have been misused like that, you are so hypersensitive that everybody is a narcissist. You pick up narcissist traits in everybody because you're real sensitive. It's like your nerves are exposed. Think about it. When you got out of, your nerves are exposed. You're real sensitive. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to date anybody. I never want to get married again. I never want to look. How do you make them stop? Because you're hypersensitive because of the fact that you have been so wounded. You have been so hurt that you become very sensitive. You can pick out narcissism in everybody. And sometimes people just have narcissistic traits. Sometimes that don't make them pathological. That doesn't mean it's a disorder. It means they got narcissistic traits. Most of us do. Most of us do. So I'm going to conclude this by allowing us some questions on the platform. So I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook, I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram, and I got Clubhouse going. So I'm going to allow the visual audience to ask some questions. If you guys give me about 5 minutes, moderators, give me 5 minutes and I'll answer some questions. And then I'm going to close this out and I'm going to move over to Clubhouse. So Clubhouse, if you'll give me a few minutes, I'm just going to answer some questions over here. And then I'm going to move over to Clubhouse for a little while. I don't want to stay on too late because I have some things to do. I actually wasn't on that late today. But I have some things that I have to do, some projects that I have to do tonight before it's too late. And so if you guys would like to ask some questions, please go ahead and Clubhouse. I'll be right with you. Why do I feel like the narc? I get weird when people talk about their accomplishments, and I remember my narc trying to make me jealous. So why do you feel like the narc? You feel like a narc? Well, when you're coming out of the relationship, the narc projects on you. And so the narcissist will make you feel like you're the narcissist. They'll pick out some traits that you have and just blow it up a thousand degrees to make you feel like they're projecting on you. So now you feel self-conscious, like, but if you're self-conscious like that and you're really, really concerned about, if you're really, really concerned about whether you're hurting people or I don't want to be like that, and you're really anxious about that, 9 times out of 10, you probably don't have NPD. You probably don't have NPD. Let's see. 5 minutes. Yes, ma'am. 5 minutes. Let's see. Can you do a video on how kids with narcissist traits impact other kids? I possibly can. I might be able to do that. I have to do some research. Well, thank you, Natalie. I'm glad you're here tonight too. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Oh, well, hey there, underdeveloped wasteland. Wow, what a powerful name. That's not good, but all right. Can I give more demonstrations on Gray Rock method? When I do another, I'll do another broadcast on Gray Rock. I'll do another broadcast on Gray Rock, and then I'll talk about Gray Rocking. I see where I'm. Just let's try to focus on the questions on what I was talking about tonight, and then I'll do another one. Maybe next week I'll do one on Gray Rocking. I'll do one on Gray Rocking next week. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Let's see. If you had one thing you wish all your clients knew about or understood, what would it be? That's a good question. Because a lot of my clients are coming to me about different things. I do have a high caseload of people that are coming out of narcissist relationships. So it's hard to say like that one thing because everybody is in a different phase of recovery or discovery. And so it depends, some people that are, I think the biggest thing that I try to overemphasize 1,000 million trillion times is because most people ask me this one question, I just don't understand. I just don't know why. Why would they do this? I just don't understand. I just don't understand why would they act this way? Why I've been with this person for 10, 15 years and I just don't understand. So a lot of things that I hear is always, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. That's because of the fact that average person, most of you guys are thinking from your reasonable mind. And so you're thinking with your own thoughts and emotions. You can't think the way that a narcissist thinks because you have never had NPD. And so you're trying to figure this individual out. And that's one of the things that I have to overemphasize with clients. You keep trying to figure them out based off of how you think and feel. So out of the way that you think and feel is how you're trying to determine that they shouldn't be doing this. How does a person this age, and I don't understand if, and this person has children and we were married for this and I just don't understand. But you keep trying to figure them out based off of how you think. You don't think like a narcissist, so you can't figure out how they think. And the thing about it is, and a lot of people, they just won't let go of the fact that the narcissist is not going to change. And so a lot of times they justify why they're staying in there and get mad at me by saying, well, you know what, it's forever and I'm going to stay. And you just don't leave a person when they're sick. Okay, a lot of people have done it and have been killed or have committed suicide. And so I tell everybody, you may not be able to jump up and just leave with your children because every state has their own laws, and it's better to get someone involved and get a support group. For example, a legal advocate, to get a lawyer involved, a legal advocate, a domestic violence program, so that they can assist you in transitioning and getting away. Because if you try to do it yourself, they can get you for kidnapping. So I think the biggest thing is making people, or not making people, or helping people to understand that is a narcissist. So usually when they say, I just don't get it, they're a narcissist. Well, they did this, not this, because they're a narcissist. And some people get tired of me saying that. I get tired of saying it too, but that's a narcissist. You're trying to think off of your own mindset. That's a narcissist. It was never real. That's the most painful realization for people to have to come up with, is that it was never real. It was never a real relationship. It was never a real relationship. And that's the sad part, because you were in the relationship, they were not. So most people, when you hear them say, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this relationship work, well, you're the only one doing it. You can't make a relationship work if the other person doesn't see anything wrong with the relationship. And number two, you're doing all the work. So when you stop doing all the work, they look at you like, see, you're not doing anything to make this relationship work. You need to do this and you need to do that. And you're not doing this and you're the one messing the relationship up. No, it takes two people to be in a relationship. Takes two people to be in a relationship. And when you stop doing all the work and you finally have that aha moment, I'm working too hard, and you know what, you really don't want it, then you need to walk and leave out of the relationship. You need to get out of the relationship, because you can't be the only person trying to make a relationship, and everything is based off of you. You. What does woke, Antifa, and BLM have in common with what? Y'all don't start this mess tonight. What does woke, Antifa, and BLM have in common with a narcissist? Donna, I'm not into all those kind of questions. You got to ask me a question that's concerning what I just talked about. I don't get into that kind of stuff. If you want to get into that kind of stuff, I will block you and take you off of this channel. I'm not into that kind of stuff. When you ask me questions about what I'm teaching. I don't talk politics. I don't talk about other people. I don't bring other coaches in or talk about other coaches or anything like that. If you're on my channel, you know my character and you know what I do and what I don't do and what I talk about and what I don't talk about. So you got to respect this channel. Now, if that was an accident, you just did it out just to be doing it, that's okay. But other than that, if you're coming on and you're asking me questions, I'm not into all that kind of stuff. So ask me questions about what I'm teaching. Please pay attention to her, moderators. Pay attention to her, because if you're playing with me, I'll block you off the channel. I don't have no problem. But we're not going to start this on here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now we're back. I don't know what happened. Something happened. All right. Well, we're back. Shirley said, I like your example of watching someone hold their hand on a hot stove top. Exactly. People have to make their own decisions. You know what I mean? People have to make their own decisions. You put your hand over a stove and it's hot, then you're looking at everybody else like it's their fault. And we're looking at you like, take your hand off the stove. And people are like, but I can't. I'm like, all right, well, your hand's going to melt to the stove. You know, what can we do? Narch can't handle the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We got any more questions? What tips do you have on trying to calm down a narcissist when they rage? Make an appointment with me because I need more information about that. So it's kind of a general question. So I don't know the specifics about the person that you're dealing with. So you would have to make an appointment so I can get more specifics about your situations. All righty. Let's see. Any more questions? Any more questions? Let's look. All right. So Tiffany, what about having the children? You are so welcome, Miss Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. Why are narcissists fake nice to one child and show true colors to the other? You got to go watch a video where I talked about the different roles that families play. And you have the golden child, you have the scapegoat, you have the lost child, you have the jester, the clown, the happy-go-lucky one. So you got to go watch that video, and then you'll understand that question that you're asking me. That video explains what you're asking me. And so y'all, there's over 400 videos on there. So over 400 videos. You can scroll through. You can just hit one and just let it run and let it play. I promise you, I'll probably answer a lot of your questions. I'll probably answer a lot of your questions. Any more questions? Y'all don't have any more questions? I'm going over to Clubhouse, y'all. Any more questions? Well, all right. It slowed down. The questions slowed down. You are so welcome, Empowered Syrah. You are so welcome. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Henry. How to get support? You're gonna have to go to court. You have to get you a lawyer and get support. Yeah, you got to go to a lawyer and get support. The questions are going really fast. I saw it. Look at my question, please. I saw that. But the questions are going really, really fast. Do I know your spiritual father? No, I don't. No, ma'am, I don't. Thank you so much, Mary. Uh, so how much counseling would you need after 34 years of abuse? A lot. A lot. There's a lot that you're gonna have to. It's like you're a ball of just nerves. So it's gonna take a lot to peel those layers out. 34 years. That's a lot of layers you got to unravel, peel like an onion. That's a lot. Um, uh, so what? Okay, well that went away quick. Uh, I have a narc boss. Should I quit? You gonna have to determine that, Lafayette. You're going to have to determine whether or not you should quit or not. Do you have a backup plan? Do you have another job lined up? How much time have you invested? Do you have an HR? Do you have an EEO department? Are they harassing you? So that's really that's not something I can answer for you. You have to figure that out. You have to figure that out with all the other information involved in making that decision. Make an informed decision instead of just walking out. Um, can I do a segment on how to set boundaries with teens who have taken on their father's traits when they come back from a visit? I think I have a video on that about narcissistic children and their parents. I think I have a video on that. Um, do I think narcissism is environmental, hereditary, or both? It's a lot of things involved. Environmental. Uh, I do believe that when you are being raised by a narcissistic parent, there is a high chance of that child also developing narcissistic personality disorder, but not in all cases. Sometimes people that have been severely and severely abused, brutally abused, actually become empaths. And it's not a spiritual thing. It is a way that you are wired. Empaths are wired a specific way. They're hypersensitive. They're highly intuitive, but that comes from being abused. So you got people that have been so abused and misused that they develop narcissistic personality disorder. They turn within, and you have some have gone through the exact same thing and may develop borderline personality disorder or develop psychopath or sociopath. And then you have some that go to the other end of the spectrum and they become empaths. And when they become empath, it is the way that their brain is wired. They're emotionally highly intuitive, highly sensitive. Think about it. Your nerves are just out there. You're very sensitive to the environment. Some people are very sensitive to the noise, so people, so there's a lot of things that play into. Researchers are still studying the development of narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of it could be environmental. A lot of it could be the way that they have been raised by a narcissistic parent. The fact that the narcissistic parent was abusive, the trauma. A lot of them have gone through trauma. So there's a lot of things that play into the development of narcissistic personality disorder. Let's see. What do I do about the ex-narc following me? After 5 months of no contact and being blocked after I caught him with X, he denied for a year. What do you do about him following you? You might have to go to the police and tell them that you're being stalked. You can contact a domestic violence agency. You can talk to a police department and let them know that you're being stalked. There should be, in many states, there are stalking laws, and you might have to file a no contact order, restraining order. Mhm. Um, People don't turn into a narcissist. Yeah. People don't turn into a narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder is developed through time, starting from childhood, and usually is diagnosed by the time age 19. You can see it in its developmental stages because it's a little is more abnormal than the average development of a normal child. So you don't turn into a narcissist. The personality disorder develops. It develops with time and becomes permanent. It becomes permanent. Let's see. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, what are the warning signs if you're self-sabotaging? Well, that's a whole nother video. That's actually like a class, you know. That's a class. Um, let's see. Well, thank you, Kay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, extremely selfish. Yes, Janae. Is it Janae or Janae? Very extremely selfish. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Well, we don't have any more questions. You are so welcome, Miss P. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Well, all right, y'all. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse. So you guys come on over here to Clubhouse. You can ask some more questions. I'm not going to be on very long. I'm just going to take a few questions so that I can go do my mommy duties. I appreciate you too, Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, you and Just Be Real. I haven't forgotten. I need to get with you guys. I need to talk to you guys. Um, and I'll probably have to do a Zoom call with both of you guys if you guys are okay with that. Miss Kelly and Just Be Real. I'll probably end up like scheduling a Zoom call with both of you guys because I want to talk to you guys about something in reference to an upcoming class. Okay. So I thank you guys so much for being here. Well, thank you, Miss Kelly. And thank you guys so much for being here. I'm ready to go over to Clubhouse. You guys welcome to come on over here to Clubhouse. I'm going to be on here for a few minutes and then I'm going to go to my mommy duties. So you guys have a wonderful evening. If you guys did not have an opportunity, you go over to Into His Chambers Global Ministries on Facebook. You're welcome, Miss Ashley. Go over to, Into His Chamber Global Ministries over on Facebook, and you can watch last week's conference, the Ignite the Fire conference. It was Telsha Edenberg. It was myself, and it was Pastor Marcus Monroe. All three of us, and it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you guys can go watch. All 3 days are on Facebook. You guys can go and watch that. And yes, we're all ministers, and so we were preaching all three days at the conference. And so we do other stuff besides narcissist abuse. See, so thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for taking the time and stopping by and listening to me chit chat with you guys. I always appreciate it. I'm going over to Clubhouse. You guys come and join me. You guys have a great evening. And thank you guys so much. You guys go be great, okay? So let me turn off my live stream. Give me just a minute.